sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I am trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, unless I break this goddamn board. There we go. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast that's perfectly easy and acceptable, just go to Reaver.1 and click on the live stream. And if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.1 and click Shop. It's that easy. So right now in Ohio, Ohio State University, you have a active shooter. 8 people have been taken to the hospital so far. It's being reported they don't think the shooter is still active. They don't know if he's relieved himself or if police have captured him. I wonder what drives people to go this batshit crazy. I really do. That takes a special crazy for somebody to go and do this. It's off the wall. Come on. It's absolutely insane. And no, don't give me, well, that's why they're mentally ill. No. Because if you say that it's because they're mentally ill, then what you're saying is we should be, instead of locking people up in prison, we should be putting them in the nut house. And we did that at one time. We put people in the nut house, and the liberals bitched and moaned that it wasn't constitutionally right, and let them all out, and, well, now look what we have. I'm going to touch briefly on it. Fidel Castro died. I don't know. Do I have that stuff up later? Yeah, let me look through this. I knew I was going to see this. I called it, and I asked how soon before all these liberal jackasses start falling all over themselves, praising the dictator. Well, they're lining up in droves. I don't know. Maybe I didn't throw it in here. It's no. Looks like I didn't. You just have droves of celebrities. You have a California Democrat dumbass speaking highly about Fidel Castro. You have Trodor speaking highly. And this one, you know what? I as soon as I read it, I went, oh, that makes perfect sense. Rage Against the Machine guitarist Tom Morello. Well, he's defending and said that Fidel Castro was a huge hero throughout the Third World. Yeah, about that. Yeah, stop. What the hell? There's that. Hang on one second. There it is. We'll jump on this real quick, and then we'll get going with the show. Yeah, actors such as Jack Nicholson, Danny Glover, Hollywood directors Steven Spielberg, Oliver Stone have all spoke highly of Fidel Castro. Stone described him as a very selfless and moral man and will be remembered as one of the world's wisest men. Of course, you have Sean Penn. This list, forgot to put on Jay-Z and Beyonce. They went to Cuba several times before it was open. Going through this, Ted Turner spoke highly of the man. That he said that he admires Castro because he trained a lot of doctors, and they've got one of the best educational systems in the developing world. And he's still popular with the people down there. Yeah. Who else? So right before Fidel Castro dies, dumbass Kaepernick is in Miami to play. And he wears a T-shirt that has Fidel Castro and Malcolm X on it. And he's speaking... I have no idea where that came from. He's speaking very highly of Fidel Castro to a bunch of Cubans. They don't like Fidel Castro in Miami. The Cubans don't. They escaped Fidel Castro's wrath. So they went at Kaepernick. And he ended up getting sacked this week by a player who's a Cuban heritage. Stupid trivia, but I thought it was funny. And it's... They're just falling all over themselves. Kevin Costner was another jackass. I think humanity is a great experience. No experiment. I'm having trouble even thinking this morning. Who is to say the United States is right and Cuba is wrong? Well, very easy. Chevy Chase, sometimes socialism works. Harry Belafonte. Like I said, you have that California Democrat Congresswoman, what is her name? Barbara Lee. She put out my deepest condolence to Fidel Castro's family and the Cuban people during this time. While there are many disagreements between our countries, President Castro was a recognized world leader who is dedicated to the Cuban people. It is my hopes that we continue to build on President Obama's effort to end the failed embargo, lift the travel ban, and normalize relationships between our two countries. We need to stop and pause and mourn his loss. When he led a revolution in Cuba that led social improvement for his people. Really? Are people that idiotic? It makes you wonder about their sanity. And some of these people are in charge of our country. I really do wonder about their sanity sometimes when they sit there and speak so highly about a dictator that killed God knows how many people. I'll look through some news real quick. I'm just absolutely in. Then we lost Florence Henderson, the Brady Bunch mom. She passed away on Thanksgiving night. So, North Korea has commanded a 3-day mourning period for Fidel Castro. Okay. New York Times, Helen Cooper defends Fidel Castro and decries American view of him. Palestine leaders mourn the loss of Comrade Castro. I'm pulling up this article because I got to see why. They criticized American. This New York Times Pentagon correspondent Helen Cooper, the American-centric view. The Castro that I grew up knowing as a child, growing up in Liberia, was a Castro who fought the South African apartheid regime that the United States was propping up. It was Castro that sent Cuban soldiers into Angola and helped to bring down apartheid South Africa. So there's a lot of ambivalence when you look Fidel Castro that's usually not reflected here. I think what President Obama's statement was doing was reflecting that, but I know you disagree with me. Yeah. So, about that, I just even if he did one good thing, he did more bad than good. I'm just... So, on a good thing, a protest that I actually approve of happened the other day. I think it happened yesterday. I haven't heard anything about it yet. But a group of veterans planned on protesting Hampshire College decision to remove the U.S. flag from campus. The Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 754 of Amherst, Massachusetts, and others plan to meet at the college's West Street entrance at 1 p.m. yesterday for a peaceful demonstration of freedom. Springfield Mayor Sarno also plans to join the veterans in protest. Good for him. The protest is in response to Hampshire College's decisions to remove the U.S. flag after it was lowered to half-staff in response to Trump's victory and then burned the night before Veterans Day. Hampshire College President Jonathan Lash announced last Friday that the flag's removal would be indefinite. Lash said in an email that the flag was removed to allow for discussion at the college. There's other ways that Lash, could have dealt with this. Removing our flag is disrespectful, not just to the men and women who have served, but to all Americans who believe our flag is a symbol of freedom. It is a sad and sickening day when these colleges think that our flag is offensive and needs to be removed. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's... Saying about 1,000 veterans showed up. And they showed up with a lot of god dang flags. Just, if I'm quiet for a second, I apologize. I'm just going over some stuff. I couldn't research this stuff yesterday because it was happening yesterday. As one vet said, they have the right to take it down, but he's there to show just the what it's doing. Everything was peaceful except when one idiot decided to go in the middle of the group and take pictures and make obscene gestures towards the vets. That was not smart of him. That could have turned very bad very quick. So on to some of the bigger news. I know this has got Twitter and a Twitter. And people on both sides of the aisle are very passionate about this. It's got some really wondering what the hell's going on. It's making a joke out of our elections. And everybody just, I don't know. We'll talk about it more after the break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio. And hopefully I'll wake up after this brief break.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, who can't stop yawning today. Hey, Cal. Damn, I don't know what's up. Don't ask me why I keep yawning. I apologize to everybody. I need to, slap myself or something. So, I promised we were going to start touching on the idiocy of what is going on in our election process. Yeah, it's probably just because it's Monday. I might be allergic to Mondays. It's official that Jill Stein has a recount going in Wisconsin. Hillary Clinton has now jumped onto that effort, and they are going to be calling for a recount also in Pennsylvania and Michigan, which is weird. Michigan just finally called the state for Trump. They did multiple counts. Since it was so close. And now the poor people are going to have to start counting again. Reince Priebus came out and suggested that the Clinton campaign is backing off the election night agreement to concede. That's it. Hillary's already conceded. She has quit the race. She said it was Trump's. Well, now she's backing away. And it's being reported that both the Clinton campaign and the Trump's campaign had agreements in place that once the Associated Press called the race in favor of one candidate, the other would call within 15 minutes to concede. And that's what happened election night. But now he's questioning whether Clinton campaign lawyer is backing out of the deal by announcing that Hillary Clinton will participate in the recount in Wisconsin and may do the same in Michigan and Pennsylvania. The push is being led by the Green Party, Jill Stein, who she raised millions of dollars. What's funny is she couldn't raise this amount of money for her own campaign. And she raised more in a 3-day span than she did for her whole campaign. With a little note that says, not all the money will be used for the recount. It'll be put back into the party, what's not used. I thought for you to have a recount, there were certain rules that were in place. And it would be an automatic recount. I think Pennsylvania has an automatic recount if the vote is within a 0.5% of each other. Then I thought for candidates to call for recounts, you had to have proof. Some kind of evidence that there was illegal voting, hacking. You had to have a reason because they have no proof. Hillary Clinton's own camp has come out and already said this won't change anything. We think there's some kind of illegal activity going on, but we have zero proof. We've looked at it and there's no proof there's hacking. It's absolutely ridiculous that Hillary Clinton is doing this. It's ridiculous that Jill Stein is doing, and then she's attacking Hillary Clinton, which is really weird. Hillary Clinton's joining in on the recount that Jill Stein's doing, and Jill Stein's trying to say, well, it's for the integrity of the election. Well, why aren't you having recounts done and states that Hillary won? Tell me that. Why aren't you doing that? She says it's a nonpartisan issue, but she only went after the 3 states that Trump won. That's a partisan issue. Oh, this is to make Trump and his supporters sweat it out. No, it isn't. It's making you look like fucking idiots. Hillary Clinton came out in October and chastised the world about not accepting the election day results. And here she is, not accepting. Here her supporters are, not accepting. Well, you'd be doing the same thing. No, we wouldn't. We didn't do it with Romney. We didn't do it with McCain. So you could take your little ideology that you would do the same thing and stick it up your ass. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. Trying to see who it is. Someone's getting kind of tired. And it is getting really sickening with all the Trump trauma, and calling everything Nazis this, Nazi that. That in itself could be a little offensive to the Jewish people. And I find it a little disgusting. That's why I don't know what Stein's interest is. And the only thing I can think of, she raised, $5 million to do this? And she originally said she only needed $2.5 million. So I don't know what her angle is except to make money. I got my new toy. Did not make that. I got my tablet, so I'm looking at some stuff as I do this show. Try to look up information and all that. Come on. New folder. There we go. No, I don't want that there. All right. Deal with that. I got to get a little case for it. And I did it. What is Stein's interest besides money? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know why she's sticking her whole nose into this. And it's for the integrity of the election. No, it isn't. Why are you sticking your nose into that? You have no bearing on it. Where the hell? have to do... My favorite list is, oh my God, Fubard. I'm going to have to do a whole lot of cleanup one day on this computer. Oh, what the hell? I got shit missing. I don't know what the hell's going on. I do the Google thing with the being able to use it across multiple computers, and I'm missing shit. All of a sudden, all my tabs, saved tabs, just went totally ape shit the other day. And now I'm missing a whole section that had thousands of... Oh my God, I'll be pissed. I just noticed that's missing. Oh my God. All right, I'll deal with that. Yeah, and politicians never do anything out of integrity. Sorry, right now I got my head kind of wrapped around that I just lost some information because of Google. And I can't remember all the goddamn... I had literally thousands. All my past shows, my bookmarks, that's it, thanks, Kel, are missing. Thousands of them. But I do that Google where you sign in, and all my computers, I sign into Google, and everything's across the board. And they lost thousands of my goddamn bookmarks. Holy shit. I had stuff I don't even remember where I put it. Google's fucking up left, right, and center lately. It's not even... I'm nowhere near happy with Google. I think I'm going to start looking for other... Alright, I'll deal with that later. I don't need to be bitching to you guys about it. But... I'm trying to... I was going to look up the GoFundMe. See what it's at. See what she's at. I think the last they're showing, she's up to like 5 million. Actually, I can't find the actual GoFundMe now. Now, it's looking like for Pennsylvania, there's actually affidavits that have to be turned in for there to be an actual... They have to find 3 voters in each election district willing to submit an affidavit to their county board of election requesting a recount. That. Then they have observers from Jill Stein. They're asking for volunteers to go. I'll laugh if they don't get this one in. I will, because that'll pretty much knock down. And we're hearing one of the things that they're doing is if they could lock up these 3 states she's now up to $6.2 million raised. But the thing is, some of this money, there's people that are filing complaints with the FEC because this all goes to election donations. And if you have Hillary Clinton supporters that are donating to this that already maxed out, yeah, they can't donate to this. So you can call FEC up, Federal Election Commission, and mandate a list and, file complaints against this donation that it's in violation of the donation laws. But she has it on there that she can, all this money raised, if it's not used for a recount, it'll be put back into her own election funding. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, YouTube, Speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast, that is easy as pie. Just go to Reaver.one and click on the live stream. And if you want to have a kick-ass t-shirt, go to the Reaver store. To get there, just go to Reaver.one and click on store. Is it store or shop? Dang it, I'm having a blah moment. Shop. Oh my God, it's my store and I don't even know where to go. Lord help me. So, now what's weird with this whole recount effort is Hillary Clinton's lawyers and her whole team, you know, they had this computer scientist that came and said, well, what we did is we looked at areas that had paper ballots and areas that had the computers, and the areas with the computer Hillary lost and all this other bullshit, because I've looked through some of the data, and Michigan was all paper ballots from what I'm reading. There was no computers. What they're trying to do, some think, is if there's a recount, it'll lock up the process. So come December 19th, when the electorals come in to vote, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin will be locked up, that they won't be able to vote that day. So that'll put Trump at 260, which then it would put it to the House would have to decide and so forth. So they could say that he did not get elected. He was appointed. His presidency is not legitimate. Now, I don't know if all this process is what will happen. But the states, Wisconsin said that they will guarantee that the recount will be done before the 16th. Because that's when everything has to get handed in, is the 16th. The 19th is when the voting happens.
The Democrats are making a joke of our election process. And then they wonder why they're losing elections. They look at, especially with this big crybaby antics they took about Trump saying that he'd want to look at the facts before he conceded to an election. He would want to take a look at the information coming in. And they threw a hissy fit. Oh, that's the end of our democracy. Hillary went on a tirade, which is now being thrown back in her face. Her own camp says that they do not expect or think that it will overturn the election. They don't even think it. If you were talking a couple hundred out of 1,000 votes, yeah, there'd be a chance, but you're talking, 100,000. Well, and if it actually got overturned, don't you think what would happen with the Trump supporters? They would it would blow a gasket in this country. Because then people would be saying, oh, no, there were extra ballots slipped in, ballots were changed, votes were changed. It would send a crisis in this country because Hillary Clinton can't accept that she fucking lost. But when, they go through all this, then you have Donald Trump that tweeted out, well, if you look at there's 3 million votes that are in question that illegals voted, that would mean I won the popular vote. People, oh my God, he has no proof of this. He's making accusation. What do you think you're doing with the recount, people? And yes, there is a group, an election group, that said they have found already 3 million illegal votes. They have not released their data, so we don't know, can't back up the claim. They said they will be releasing the data, and they have found 3 million illegal voters in California alone. Now, I said before the election that the Democrats would try some shenanigans with illegal voters. They wouldn't go full out like they did Obama because they didn't have the excitement, so forth and so on. So they really couldn't. They got caught with a lot of shit. But the Democrats, it says that it did not plan to initiate recounts on its own because it hasn't found any actionable evidence of hacking or outside attempt to alter the voting technology. That is Hillary Clinton's campaign lawyer. That's it. What a lot of people are banking on is Wisconsin. There's, I think, like 3,000 votes have been corrected. Yeah, Obama is against this, Cal. Oh, my God, he is not happy. Because it gives him an extra headache. And then, you know what? Through all his shenanigans, he's actually trying to stick up for the election process. Because this makes a joke of everything. And this will hurt the Democrat Party in the long run. This is going to turn some voters off. I know if I was a Democrat and I was on the edge after all the bullshit that's been going on, I'd be like, you know what? I've about had enough. Instead of worrying about 2018, they're still crying about the 2016 election. Give it a rest. Give it up. Move on. And as I said, Green Party, Jill Stein, saying that this is there should be a nonpartisan, powered effort to ensure that we can rely on the integrity and security of our votes. That someone please explain to me why she is only doing a recount in the 3 states that Trump won. Why is she not? If she was serious, she would have picked out 1 or 2 states of where Hillary won for recounts. Excuse me. Yeah, where Hillary. I don't see that going on. I don't see him asking for a recount in California and to verify the voters in California. I mean, did anybody see that going on? The point to drive home here is that having a secure election process benefits us all. I invite everyone. I invite Donald Trump's campaign, Hillary's campaign. We've had call-outs to Gary Johnson's campaign. This should be a nonpartisan, people-powered effort to ensure that we can rely on the integrity and security of our votes. It sounds like she's trying to justify how she sold out. Now, my question is, we all know that Sanders got a plane and a beachfront property. Is his new neighbor going to be Jill Stein? Because she sold out. And there's a lot that were supporting her that are pissed. There's people that voted for her that are pissed and vowed never to support her again. Because they see this as backing Hillary Clinton. And Sanders made a point that the Green Party has the legal right to do it. But it's making a joke of the whole process. And he tried adding that North Carolina is possibly, for governor, is going to go into a recount. Well, you need to take a look at the difference. There has been massive voter fraud caught in North Carolina. That election is a hell of a lot closer. But then also, Sanders had to go and just... I'm getting tired here. She won by 2 million votes. So what? We do not have a national election. We do not have one big national election. What we have is 50 small elections. And the totals from them then go. Because if so, it would be California would be electing Hillary Clinton right now because she won that state big. And like Trump said, he would have campaigned more in certain areas if it had been a popular vote. So we can't say by popular vote because if it was by popular vote, the campaigning would have went a hell of a lot different. You would have seen the candidates only care about New York, California, and Florida. That's it. They wouldn't have cared about Tampa. They would have been in Miami. They would have went to New York City, L.A., and everybody else would have been nobodies. And that's the part that these young Americans don't understand when the Democrat parties put lies into their head. This has nothing to do with the election. It is not a popularity contest. Thank you, Cal. I would be bitching if the Republicans did this. We didn't do it in 2008. We didn't do it in 2012. Well, there was more votes in one county in Wisconsin by 1,000 votes. How can that happen? Well, I seem to remember, I think it was 2012 or 2008, where in Philadelphia there was 1 million more votes than there was residents. So how do you get over 100% voting in that district? I question any district where you get 100% voting. Because that's kind of, well, you got to look at the numbers of how many people live in that area. I mean, if you got 7 people that live in a certain area and all 7 vote, yeah, you're going to get 100%. But I'm talking upon thousands. It's Statistically not there. But even if the Republicans did this, I'd be bitching. You accept and you go on. End of story. They don't have proof of anything. They've said that they've looked at the machines and there's no evidence of any type of hacking. And isn't that what they talk about Hillary's emails? There's no signs of hacking? You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, YouTube, Speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. Well, I think me and Kel have solved the whole situation. Bill Clinton is behind all this recount. He wants to get Hillary the hell out of the house. She's been in that bed since she lost the election, so he needs her the hell out of the house so he can bring his, what was it called? Dicking bimbos in the bed. That's why he was backing Hillary for jail or Hillary for president. He didn't care. He just wanted the hell out of the bedroom so he can get back to his normal escapades. This whole... It's like a big temper tantrum. That's all this is. It's not going to change anything. You're making us look like idiots. We did not do this when Obama won twice. The conservatives were not happy that we lost twice. And what did the Democrats say? Get over it. He won. Well, Democrats, get over it. Trump won. Trump's the president. The rioting, all that. And I'm just wondering if this is just another way to try to keep the effort going with the riots. They've updated the Ohio shooting to 10 sent to the hospital with 1 in critical condition. They believe 2 people are arrested and the shooter is dead. That is the report right now, but as I always like to point out, the situation is very fluid and can change at any moment. Facts can change at any moment. So, take it for what it is. It's information being put out when not all the information is there. But from what I've seen of the police actions, yeah, the shooter is not, there's no active shooter. There hasn't been since the show started. The police have been very well standoffish, calm. You don't see that they're, ready to pounce on someone because, well, the shooter is down. This is not proof that we need gun control. This is not proof of anything except we have people that need help. Democrat Party made it harder for people to get help. And then you have people who know they need help but don't want to be classified and have their rights taken away from them, who don't get help, and the situation gets worse.
I know people that may hit some depression here and there. They won't talk to their doctors about it because they're afraid they're going to lose their constitutional right to own a gun. They're not a danger to anybody. They get a little depressed. But that effect can then accumulate over time and make it worse. Because everybody is so afraid the way the Democrats have handled the last 8 years with the gun situation, nobody wants to talk about mental issues. Because you'll lose your constitutional rights. Because what do we hear all the time? The mentally ill, the mentally ill, the mentally ill, the mentally ill, the mentally ill. They don't need to own guns. They don't need this. They don't need that. And they've classified so many things as being mentally ill. You have American soldiers that were given a gun, told to go fight for the United States, come back. Oh, you went to a war zone. You don't have a right to own a gun. We're taking your constitutional rights away. Oh, thanks for going to fight for everybody else's rights, but we're taking yours away. No proof, no nothing. They get everything taken away. And I don't think that is right for anybody. That's why I'm against the goddamn no-fly list ban. Because that thing's about as accurate. Well, I'm trying to think of a smart-ass thing to say with that, and I can't come up with anything. Damn it. Damn it. The list is nowhere near accurate. I would trust the guy doing a pinpoint shot that was drunk with no sights than that list. There is no accuracy. But we could say one thing's positive for the last 7, almost 8 years of Obama. The gun industry is strong right now. Oh, Obama did something else with the he did have some positive enforcements in this country. He made the gun industry stronger. He's been the number one gun salesman for 8 years running. I'm pretty sure he'll get this year, too. Hell, Hillary was even a part of that because people thought she was going to get a... being told there's no... What the heck is going on? Now I'm being told that my audio on the show side, or on my video side, has no audio. What the flim-flam? What the hell? Let me just see something. I'm going to play a commercial real quick and just see. For some reason, I have nothing going to... That's weird. Let me see. That is absolutely weird. That should be working, and I don't know why. Let me see. I don't know what the hell's going on with my computers. See if that works. Nope. Communication. This is really weird. Oh. So weird. What is going on? I don't know what the hell's going on. It was working. I haven't even touched computers all weekend. I picked my wife up Friday, and I've been dealing with that. And for some reason, there's just no audio. Is it? Now it's working out of nowhere. I didn't even do nothing, and it's working. I think it's working because I can see the little bar. I didn't touch any settings, and all of a sudden I was sitting there talking, and I watched the volume meter go up. Oh my God, I got gremlins going. I'm positive I had volume earlier because that's one of the things I look at. Holy shit. That is really weird because I didn't change any settings. Google is going nuts. And that's how I broadcast. It's through a Google Hangout. And then you have the Chrome issue where I'm missing bookmarks all of a sudden. I'm talking probably thousands of bookmarks I had in there. Because it's each show, I save the bookmarks for that day show. I transferred it over to this other file. Bookmarking. So I had all the bookmarkings from this year, all the bookmarkings for 2015, and a bunch of other stuff for the show. Oh, my God. And it just, poof, gone. That's weird. That is a weird. What the heck's going on? Oh, to top it off, my tablet. Now it's on automatic time. It automatically checks. It's always off. I'm having some massive glitches in my electronics. And it's not one device, it's all of my devices. I'm wondering, did that put that over there? Come on. Come on, you fart knocker. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? It is. Yes, I did. I that's the first thing I did. The heck? I'll check that later. Oh, it's going to be a long day, isn't it? But yeah, Obama, he's been great for the gun industry. And Black Friday, they were worried about sales going down, and they said sales were just as good. There was like lines out the doors for some places. I don't think the sales of guns is going to go down. It might drop down a little bit because everybody was buying for fear of Obama banning guns. And then Hillary's talk had everybody just as fearful. But we have Trump in, and we'll go over more. The NRA is preparing to pursue a slate of pro-gun bills once President-elect Trump is inaugurated. One such bill would give a national reciprocation for concealed carry permits. And I was talking to my mom about this, and my mom's not anti-gun, but she's nervous about guns with my dad shooting. But she agrees that if you have a gun permit to carry, why can't you carry, say, in New Jersey? Because I can't. I can't go to New Jersey and have a concealed carry. So I'm trusted in God knows how many states in the United States to concealed carry. But if I go into New Jersey, God, nope, not allowed. Your constitutional right ends there at the border. It doesn't make sense. All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, iTunes, Spreaker, and YouTube. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the Unpleasant Blind Guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of this senseless. The Jersey expansion is here. It's been here. And if you don't know, we are at 2 hours every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh. I'm looking at a couple of different things. I got a 55-gallon fish tank that's sitting in my garage. And kind of don't tell my wife. Because I already got a 90, I got a 55, I got a 10, and I got a 1 gallon. Well, the 1 gallon's my daughter's, you know. But in that small, it's like a 10 or 20-gallon tank. Oh, I got guppies. And the guppies are beautiful, especially the males. Well, they also breed like a banshee. I started out with like 4 of them in there. It was like 1 male and 3 females. Well, I'm over 20. And I already got like 2 or 3 babies floating around there. I don't even separate the babies. I give them enough coverage that they can hide. And I got 3 more females that are pregnant. One looks like a goddamn balloon. She's ready to pop. I think yesterday she was swimming around giving birth because it looked like she had an extra tail sticking out her butthole. Well, so what I want to do is I have that extra 55. I was thinking about, moving some of the studio stuff around and, putting that other 55 up in here. And she's like, do you really need to do that? And I'm like, well, the tank's getting crowded, hon. Decisions. She'd kill me if I did it. I always get in trouble, though. Thing is, I don't have to really go buy anything. I have everything sitting in the garage for another tank. So, we'll see. So, if I mysteriously come up missing, it's because I decided to do a 55-gallon tank in my studio area. Now, what we were talking about is the NRA is going to be pushing several pro-gun bills. You know what? The anti-gunners, they can deal with it. We had to deal with your bullshit for the last 8 years. We might get some stuff done that'll make things better for everybody. But people hear pro-gun, oh my God, they're going to kill us all. But the anti-gunners are not down and out. No, they're not. They're handling their... Sorry, I'm looking through this article. President Trump released the names 21 about the Oh, and there's another state that looks like they're going to be putting up a vote for its constitutional carry, it's called. Which basically the Constitution is your permit, and it does away with all the bullshit. There's 12 states that have done it so far, and I'd love Florida to do it, but there's getting too many goddamn liberals in this damn state. It's scary. Florida's going to hell in a handbasket. And our rights are being trampled on because we got more and more liberals. If anybody heard the ding-ding, I got a program, a scanner program on my phone, and it'll give me alerts when over a certain amount of people are listening to a channel. It gives me an alert. And it also tells me if there's incidents that I haven't found on the news or whatever. And the number one thing they're going to do, Trump's going to do, is roll back gun controls that President Obama secured via executive orders. That's the problem when you have these politicians come in and they govern by executive order. It's so easy for the next president to come in with a stroke of a pen and go, gone. That's why you want to do things properly and go through Congress and get laws made. But now you have Hollywood. They're taking it upon themselves. And they're jumping on the gun control little tart card again. And I'll get in trouble for that comment. And I've told you, you sometimes make those smart-ass comments. I'm not making fun of anybody that's mentally handicapped or physically handicapped. Those groups of people are heroes to me. They go through some trials and tribulations that most people would not be able to handle. And they do it with honor. And it's a great thing. And when I say, comments like that or window lickers, it's talk about the stupidity of these people. And they have the ability for such great things, but they lower themselves to do idiotic things. And that's why I'll make names like that. I'm not trying to demean anybody within mentally handicapped realm. Those people should never be demeaned because they are better. They're this group that I hold in high regards because the challenges they go through, I don't know if I can handle. I have trouble handling with the challenges that I have. To have the challenges they have would totally blow my mind. So it's my hats off to them. But these people, they're now pushing, they have this film that they're making. It's a female lobbyist who gives herself the Herculean challenge of taking on the gun lobby. Oh, God. And it's Miss Sloan comes as a gun controller, continued to wait for director Harvey Weinstein to make good on his promise to create a film that will make the NRA wish they weren't alive. Weinstein's film, The Senator's Wife, will star Meryl Streep. Weinstein has been saying he's going to do this for years now. And how much you want to make a bet this thing flops? And he talks about making, he said in January of 2014 on Piers Morgan's show, I have to just choose movies that aren't violent or as violent as they used to be. And I know for me personally, I can't continue to do that. And what does he do? He produced one of the most violent films in recent memory, Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight. The whole movie was nothing but gun violence. But I'm going to stop doing it. Hypocrite. Bullshit artist. So now he's going to do a show about gun control. And they're hoping that Miss Sloan will have some impact as well. It's... oh, God. They just do not give up. Majority of the country has shot down this gun control conversation, but they keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. I like that talk, I think it was Friday, about Duff McKagan, the basis for Guns N' Roses. They contradict themselves. You see, we need to ban AR-15s and assault rifles. They should not be on the streets. And you see, it's not written just in case of a tyrannical government. That's nothing. That had nothing to do with it. And the government, you need to ban these guns because there's no reason people should have them. But
How dare they say that government's going to ban guns? The government can't ban guns. And seriously, that's how the conversation went with this drug-addled moron. He talks about banning AK-47s, and then chastises pro-gun people, saying that we shouldn't own guns if we think the government's going to ban guns, that they can't ban guns. You moron! You just talked yourself in a circle. Then you want us to listen to idiots like you? Brady campaign to reduce gun violence. We're at a record low. And you keep pushing as if we are at this high level. Halfwits. Oh, we're at a record low and one of the highest level of gun ownership. Oh, you can't put those two together. They have nothing to do with each other. Yeah, just as they say when the Dow dropped down when Trump got elected. See, we told you the economy was going to drop when Trump got elected. We're at a record high of the stock market. Oh, that has nothing to do with Trump. Nothing to do. Oh, but when the stock dropped with Obama, oh, it had nothing to do with Obama. He had no control over it. He couldn't do anything about it. Really? Really, you half-witted nerf herders? Your arguments are contradictory. I had a woman telling me how the Democrats have nothing to do with the recount. So I don't, because I put lambasting Hillary over this too. And this is the Green Party. It has nothing to do with the Democrat Party. You might want to check that again, honey. And I came back a couple times. No, it doesn't. And kind of like, oh, yeah. Okay, so we're a part of it. It's no big deal. You see, and it's not a temper tantrum. We're not throwing a temper tantrum. You're throwing a fucking temper tantrum, the ultimate one. My candidate wouldn't win. I want a recount. I want a recount. Imagine if conservatives acted like this in 2008 and 2012. Oh, my God. Liberals' heads would have exploded. They're racist for calling a recount. How dare they? It's a dog whistle. I was talking to my wife. On the way back from the airport, I brought up the dog whistle. She looked at me. She goes, what the fuck does dog whistle have to do with politics? Because I was telling her how I had some idiot telling me I'm a white supremacist and I'm anti-Semitic on Twitter. Which is kind of funny. Because I married into a Jewish family. But I'm yeah. And my wife was laughing over it. My wife's, she goes to a Christian-type church and she doesn't follow the Jewish religion, but it's her family's religion. You know, her family's a Jewish descent. So be it. I don't give a shit. I have my issues with my in-laws, but it has nothing to do with their religions. Actually, it has to do with more of their politics. Yeah, this woman's going on. I was telling my wife, and she's sitting there laughing. And I said, something about a comment, and she said it was a dog whistle. My wife's like, what is a dog whistle? I mean, this is how stupid liberals get anymore, a dog whistle. Well, you said this, but you meant this. No, if I meant that, I would have said that. I don't need to use a dog whistle to get around. If I want to say something, I'll fucking say it. I think everybody that listens to the show understands when I want to say something, I just say I don't give a shit how it comes out. I mean, Jesus Christ, I called him a tart cart earlier. I am not politically correct. I've never claimed to be politically correct, but I also want people I don't want people thinking that I'm trying to degrade any special the handicap groups. I hold them in high regard. I always will. But I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I don't give a shit. If I offend you, maybe you need to be offended more often, toughen your skin up. It's the problem with this country. Everybody gets offended. But if conservatives get offended, oh, well, that's your problem. You know, fuck you. That's not the way it works. Ooh, sorry. I just gave the camera the middle finger. Don't ask me why. When I said that, just a Jersey thing came out, and I gave good morning. And in New Jersey, it's the middle finger is just saying good morning to everybody. Hey, good morning to you, too. You cut me off, good morning. That's the way it goes. You know, people need to put their big boy panties on and go on with life. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, YouTube, speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its host, the Jersey Boy. Jersey Joe, and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I right now I'm flabbergasted. There is a supposed comedian, Pat Oswalt. He has been one of the biggest ones throwing a temper tantrum of late. He sent out a tweet. Where is it? He has deleted it, but Trump has properties all over the world. Terrorists will have a long list of targets that are literally owned by POTUS and bear his name. Now, he then retweets his original tweet saying, "Holy fuck, come and get it, terrorist." And that he since apologized and said it was meant as a joke. I'm getting tired of this bullshit from the fucking liberals. Well, I'm making a death threat, but I meant it as a joke, and everybody needs to calm down because I meant it as a joke. That does not excuse you for putting out a death threat like that. It's absolutely disgusting. He should be put up on charges for that. This is absolutely ridiculous, and maybe, yes, you have free speech, but you don't have the free speech that'll endanger thousands of people. Innocent lives, people that have nothing to do with politics, could be at risk because of his goddamn tweet. One person gets hurt, he should be charged as an accessory. All because people are holding different political views than him, and he's calling for the death of people. That's liberalism for you. They start with socialism, which leads to communism through anarchy and violence. And what do we see going on out there? Anarchy and violence committed by the liberals. Why isn't the Secret Service having a meeting with this jackass? I'm being serious. He should be. Oh, now we're finding out. Supposedly, Trump was investigated by the Secret Service after he made a comment.
made a stupid comment about Hillary and the Second Amendment. People will vote against her and stand up against her. CNN said that the Secret Service had investigating him. They never talked to him about anything. It was a made-up, fake story, which leads me to CNN. They're trying to talk about how great they are, and they're the place for facts. I think it was Friday it came out, Friday or Saturday, that CNN had aired in Boston. I forget the network that's up there, RCN or something like that. Had inadvertently televised 30 minutes of RCN cable operator in Boston aired inappropriate content for 30 minutes on CNN last night. And what it was is they said they aired transsexual porn. CNN apologized for it, said it's inappropriate content, and they were seeking an explanation immediately. They came out all this apologies. Well, Breitbart News started digging into it, and they said, wait a minute. Something's not right here. Something's not right here. There's no video, no pictures, no nothing on the internet. Somebody would have posted something, and there was nothing. Well, they started investigating. It ends up this story comes from a newspaper in the UK. It's a made-up bullshit story, and CNN ran with it, apologized for it. They apologized for a fake news story. This is how CNN operates. It's and people were going after Trump, telling him he shut up about the popular vote. Well, you know what? You need to shut up about this goddamn recount stuff. It's a hissy fit. And it's an embarrassment. Even the freaking Obama administration is bashing what's going on. Yeah, and this is kind of funny. Supposedly Trump saying that he's not going to prosecute or look at prosecuting Hillary Clinton. And what does she do? She comes out and starts challenging the election results. Thank God that story was pretty much bullshit from the start, because Trump has said he is not going to stop any investigations that are on the table. He's also calling for foreign nations to start looking into the Hillary Clinton or the Clinton Foundation. Getting towards the end of the show. I'm actually in a little bit of a holiday spirit this year. I was going to do it while my wife and kid were away, but it got a little lazy on that. But we're starting to set the Christmas tree and Christmas decorations up already. So that'll be interesting. And we don't normally do it this early, but like I said, in a little festive mood this year. And also, what's funny is California, who's trying to play the sanctuary state, would face bankruptcy if Trump withholds federal funds. You see, California is, billions of dollars in debt. The only reason they still function is because the federal government helps them. There are 300 sanctuary cities around the United States. Every single one of these need to lose federal funding immediately. They need to... You start charging them under Article 1324
you'll see these sanctuary cities disappear real quick. And that's why I don't understand. These politicians are breaking the law. And not only are they doing it, they're doing it underneath the RICO environment. They are making money as government officials, which is a corporation, and they're protecting criminals. Absolutely ridiculous. And we've had a government for 8 years. Real quick, I want to talk about the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party, especially in the House, is in a lot of disarray. You got a liberal columnist, Dana Milbank, says that Nancy Pelosi needs to step down as the Democrat House Minority Leader and allow some fresh blood to take over. She'll be 77 next year. Her deputy will be 78, and the number 3 is 77. You have, I forget his name, Tim Ryan. He is a Democrat in the House, and he's challenging Pelosi. And he is admitting the Democrat Party is in trouble. They are what he calls a coastal party. And they're not doing anything. He understands why people are voting against them. And he is against a lot of these policies that are being pushed by Democrats. And he said that is not what that party is supposed to be. That's not the party he joined. I give the man credit that he's trying to stand up for his moral obligation, and he sees what's going wrong with the whole party. Hopefully he gets in and can straighten out and get things going. Because since Nancy Pelosi has taken over, the party has been in a downward spiral. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Obama, for his 8 years, his other accomplishment, he made the Republican Party the strongest it has since 1928. We have not, as a Republican Party, been this strong since 1928. And all thanks to Obama and Nancy Pelosi and her policies that she has pushed. Well, that's his legacy. And that I'll thank him for. And with that, well, it's that time again. Sometimes the show blows by like it wasn't even here. I want to thank everybody for being here, and a special thanks for Kel for being in the chat room and helping me with some information. I really appreciate you. And brain fart. Everybody else, everybody I appreciate, every single one of my listeners. Total brain fart right now. Hold on. And Jenna, let me know about the no sound in the live broadcast for Google. I appreciate you all, and thank you, and have a great day, and I'll see everybody tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on SHR Media. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.